Good morning and welcome to the Friday Financial Review. I'm Paul Griffiths and thank you very much for joining me this morning. So today we are discussing investing as a resident of Spain. Last week we were talking about the cash investment class, which obviously, as we know, doesn't really make anybody any money. So today we will be discussing property, bricks and mortar. What can I buy in Spain? Or what should I consider when I buy in Spain? So over the last 3 decades, really the Spanish housing market has gone through a boom. And of course, the financial crisis brought it all down. But 10 years on, 11 years on, there's still plenty of opportunities. And many people around the world do come to Spain to live now, become residents through various golden visas, or certainly prior to the recent Brexit, a lot of Brits would come here quite easily, purchase a property, and so on. But also, a lot of people will buy property as an asset class, as an investment. Buy it, do it up, rent it out. So I just want to spend the next few minutes to really relay to my viewers, if you're considering buying in Spain, what are the costs involved? And not just the initial part, but of course, what to expect in terms of taxation on those rents that you get and also the property tax. Okay, so first let's start with new builds. Massive new build projects going on at the moment. Certainly down here on the Costa del Sol, we see cranes up all over the place. And you know what? A lot of people like to buy new. So with new purchases, the biggest one you need to really consider is the IVA, which for us Brits, it's VAT. 10% is the VAT on property, so that's the sort of fee you need to be paying. Along with this, then you've got to consider stamp duty, which is around about 1.5%, legal fees, notary fees, and various other costs such as translation of paperwork, power of attorneys if you need it, if you need to apply for NIE, so on and so forth. So I think for new builds in general, if you're buying cash, then you've got to allow for around about 14.5% on top of the asking price, the actual price for the project, okay? For those going for mortgages, then got to consider the additional costs involved with the mortgage charge, which the bank charges, of course. So that 14% really becomes more like 16.5%, almost 17%, depending what deal you can get. Okay. Now, we then turn really onto your resales. So these are your secondary properties, existing homes, and in all honesty, the cost involved is pretty much similar. You know, it's not all that different. There's what we call the transfer tax to consider, which is around about 8%. Again, you've got your legal fees, your other fees for the notary, things like that. So we always say allow between, depending where you are in the region of Spain, 11 to 14% to buy an existing home, okay? And of course, if you need a mortgage, then consider an extra 1.5% on top of that, okay? So really, investing in a property in Spain has those upfront costs. When it comes to the resales of the existing homes, I've not mentioned the commissions the agents are going to be implying. Now, you'll get agents, quite common, that will charge both the vendor and the buyer, okay, to charge a commission on both sides. And, you know, it could be 5%. So do consider that. Now, a lot of agents will not charge the buyer anything really, but put the commission on the seller, so that's great for the buyers, okay? But do be prepared that commissions these days within the Spanish property market on the resale market, you'll squeeze them down, negotiate definitely, but it's going to range between 3 and I've seen as high as 7%, okay? So do be very wary. Property investments can be very good, but of course you are putting that commitment of the initial cost involved. So throwing the commissions on a resale project, it could be as high as 20%, but probably more like between 15 and 17% all in. Commission on the brand new projects don't really exist that much for the buyer because the developers have built in the commission in their prices. Okay, so you shouldn't see that. However, if you are buying here on a golden visa or coming here to live, then certainly the people sorting out this side of things might be charging you various fees anyway. Okay. Now that you've got your property, it's all ready. You can rent it out, of course. You want to generate some income. The tax to consider here in Spain is it is a property rental tax, or we call it investment income tax. As a resident of Spain, you are taxed exactly in the same rate as an investment / capital gains type tax in Spain. So that basically means you're starting at 19% on that particular income. For those that don't live in Spain, then that 19% applies if you are a resident of the European Union or the European Economic Area. However, if you're not, then it'll be 24%. So if you are living in the UK and you decide to invest property in Spain, we're getting clarification at the moment whether you'll now come under the 24% regime. The chances are may very well be the case. All right. So I believe as a financial planner, property is an important part of anyone's overall diversification, overall plan. Okay, if you want to invest, then I think property done right is a good form of investment. Is it safe? That a lot of people think it is. Far from it. Those that believe property is safe, really, I do believe that you need to take 2 steps back and reconsider. Property is not a safe form of investing. Okay, there are pitfalls all over the place. What are they? What if your tenant doesn't pay the rent? Very difficult in Spain to evict a tenant. Yeah, the laws in Spain are very much in favor of the tenant. Secondly, what happens if that tenant, I don't know, destroys the interior? All you've got is just a deposit, which will hardly cover the remodeling. Thirdly, property is an illiquid asset class. In an emergency, you can't buy a loaf of bread, you can't pay a bill with a door or a window. So property is good, but there are risks. No different than any other forms of investment. Cash is good, but it doesn't protect you from inflation. Stocks and shares are good, but then we can get a market crash. Property value is good, but then we get a market crash. So every form of investing carries its own risk, and risk is an extremely subjective matter. Okay, so I think at this stage I'm certainly a big fan of property, but I'm also a big fan of the work that I do. So the idea being really is you guys need to make sure you consult your advisor, consult your accountant to make sure that what you want to do, what you want to invest in is the right thing to do. Okay? So next week we will be talking about general investments in the marketplace as a resident of Spain, what to do, what not to do, what type of accounts to use, what type of accounts not to use. Okay? So until then, I wish you very, very good Friday. Have a lovely, lovely weekend and catch you again in a week. Bye-bye.